Tonight, World Bank warns about the negative consequences of Naira redesign. UN Chief declares 2023 a year of peace. Governor Adeleke expresses readiness to boost agriculture. And on the foreign scene, Ethiopian Commercial Bank commences operation after a year. Good evening, the major reports. My name is David Ojo. The World Bank has warned the newly redesigned Naira, which went into circulation last week, may have negative effects on economic activities, especially for Nigerians, due to its timing and short transition period. The Washington-based bank revealed these in a new report titled Nigeria Development Update. These came amid the mixed reaction that had been trailing the new redesigned notes. The Central Bank of Nigeria last month unveiled new 1,000 Naira, 500 Naira, and 200 Naira notes as part of measures to mop up excess cash in circulation, ransom payment for kidnapping, terrorism financing, counterfeiting, among others. The World Bank in its report, however, said the new policy will negatively affect small businesses, especially those who do day-to-day cash transactions. The president of the Bank Consumer Association of Nigeria, Dr. Uju Obubunka, had also said the objective of the cashless policy was understandable, but noted that the execution and timing were not right. Also, the Lagos State Chairman of the Nigerian Association and Small and Medium Enterprises, Dr. Adebayo Adams, has said the policy will eat businesses and the MSME. The Minister of State for Health, Ekuman Nkama, has lamented the acute shortage of doctors, nurses, and other health professionals in government hospitals across all levels, including tertiary health institutions, due to increased immigration syndrome. The minister said these while speaking at the inauguration of bedded intensive care unit, neonatal intensive care unit, pediatric intensive care unit, and labor ward at the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital. Nkama added that the Federal Ministry of Health, with other government agents, including the Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, is working very hard to ensure that existing staff is replaced as soon and seamlessly as possible. The ministry is also working on a brain gain mechanism whereby health professionals in the diaspora can incentivize to come home and give paid expert service to the citizens. Some Nigerians have called on government at all levels to prioritize the welfare of workers in order to avoid losing the best hand to other countries. They made the call while speaking with Osbc News against the backdrop of the reported move by the UK government to commence the recruitment of qualified teachers from Nigeria by February next year. Our reporter, Oluwadamilola Adebayo Jeje, has the details.
Young teachers are the next on the immigration list in the United Kingdom, as the UK government has made intentions known of the plans to commence the recruitment of qualified teachers in Nigeria to fill up the vacant teacher positions in the UK. Speaking to Osbc News in separate interviews, Mr. Ahmed Razak and Mrs. Tobiloba Bamigbowo stated that the move is an indication that Nigeria is truly blessed with human and natural resources, which the government has failed to fully harness. They, however, expressed the concern that the brain drain in the education sector has currently been witnessed in the health sector may spell doom for the future of the country, since education remains the bedrock of every society.
So when teachers are now moving out, the implication is that our educational system will be bastardized, and it will also bring back progress and development to our educational system, because the best hands of our teaching profession will be leaving the country, and it will have adverse effects, backward effects on our educational system.
We have good lecturers, teachers and all that, but it's so sad that our government does not know what they have. And so if there's an opportunity for them to go out there, but fine, it is in two ways. On education system, it is not good, it is so bad. But for the teachers, I feel it is a good this thing for them. So that everybody wants good life and all that. So, they want a country whereby they can be safe, they can do their job very effectively and all that.
Also speaking to SBC News, another stakeholder, Mr. Yoadere Nkola, said the situation presents a big opportunity for the teachers to make choices in their life by leaving Nigeria for greener pastures. He, however, maintained that the only way governments can prevent losing qualified personnel to other countries is to treat the workers' rights and provide avenue for them to realize their potentials.
We need teachers in secondary school. If they are recruited, and other states they do it the way they have been doing it before, nobody will run away. It is the fault of government. I cannot employ teacher. I don't have schools, but we have government schools in all the states of the federation where teachers are needed. Even in the university, they need a lot of hands, but they don't do it. See where they are spending money on our executive office holders. That is where they are diverting money. So those who are going, I don't blame them.
The UK government announced that all qualified teachers registered under the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria, TCRN, are eligible to apply for the current recruitment. Oluwadamlola Adebayo Jeje, OSBC News.
The House of Representatives has resolved to constitute an ad hoc committee to investigate a whistleblower's allegation of illegal sale of 48 million barrels of Nigerian-born light crude in China in 2015 and the insurance status of the cargo. The committee is also to investigate all crude oil export and sales by Nigeria from 2014 to date. With regards to quality insurance revenue generated, remittances into the Federation account and other accounts as well as utilizing of the revenue for the period under review. In addition, the panel will investigate all proceeds recovered through the whistleblower's policy of the regime led by President Muhammadu Buhari and the level of compliance by the policy. The committee is to report back within 4 weeks for further legislative action. The United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has pledged to make 2023 a year for peace and a year for action, highlighting the need for practical solution to a raft of pressing problems facing all regions of the world. Guterres, who made the pledge at the end of the year press conference at the UN headquarters, said the UN owes the people strategies to find solution to all injustice. Building on the general call to action, Guterres announced that he will convene a Climate Ambition Summit in September 2023 and called on every leaders to set up from governments, business, cities and regions, civil society and finance. The UN chief said the summit will be convened alongside a General Assembly Opening Week Summit already in the calendar designed to accelerate action at the halfway point towards the ambitious sustainable development goal. Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has affirmed the commitment of the administration to accord the fallen heroes of Nigeria the desired recognition and honor even in death. Governor Adeleke made these known today while formally inaugurating Osun State 2023 Armed Forces Remembrance Day Committee, represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Honorable Teslim Igbalaye, who is also the chairman of the committee. Governor Adeleke recalled with nostalgic feelings how the fallen heroes fought tenaciously to keep Nigeria one for the sacrifices they made while alive. Honorable Igbalaye, on behalf of the Governor, Adeleke thereafter charged the members of the committee drawn from the Army, Navy, Air Force, Police, Civil Defense, media, the Nigerian Legion, as well as Christian and Muslim communities, among others, to make these year's Armed Forces Remembrance Day a remarkable and eventful. Governor Adeleke did not also fail to mention the readiness of his administration to provide all the necessary official and moral support to make the program a success. The state government is ready to break all bottlenecks in the process of land allocation and obtaining the certificate of occupancy. The governor of Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke, stated these during a joint session with the leadership of the Ministry of Lands and Physical Planning of the Office of Surveyor General. Senator Adeleke, who was represented at the briefing by his deputy, Prince Kola Adelsi, expressed reservation the long period and bureaucracy affecting the generation of revenue through certificate of occupancy. He said the governor is ready to sign certificates of occupancies to the advantage of land tenants in the state. Earlier, the coordinating director, Ministry of Lands and Planning, Fiscal Planning, Mr. Oladapo Fashina, said that a sister agency of New Town, headed by a political officer, was signed to law 2 days to the expiration of the immediate past administration, a situation creating challenges in allocating lands to Osun GRA alongside Zone 11. Governor Ademola Adeleke has expressed the readiness of his administration in support of the practice of agriculture to ensure sufficient food production. Governor Adeleke, through his deputy, Prince Kola Adelsi, made this known while addressing the leadership of Osun State Agricultural Extension Program, Osbc. The governor explained that the agricultural development is one of his administration pet project, thereby calling on workers in the agricultural sector to support him. Briefing the Committee on Revenue of the state, the General Manager of Osbc, Mrs. Oluwakemi Fadare, noted with dismay some property of the agency, including motor grader and soil compactor, are currently taken by serving senator without returning them. Mrs. Fadari expressed the readiness of Osbc to generate revenue for the state government, even given the needed personnel and facilities. The hustling and bustling that often characterize Yuletide season seems to be on the decrease this year, as both buyers and sellers are complaining of high cost of living. Osbc News crew visited some market in Osogbo, where the sellers of Christmas accessory lament on low patronage. Oluwadamilola Adebayo Jeje completes the story.
It's few days away. The season is often characterized by increase in human and economic activities. It's a period where sellers of edibles and other paraphernalia of Christmas, such as accessories used for decoration, smile to the bank. The reverse, however, seems to be the case this year, as observed by Osbc News crew. A visit by the crew to Orisumbari Market, MDS, Igbono, as well as other areas where such accessories are sold, revealed low turnouts of buyers. Some of the sellers who spoke in separate interviews with Osbc News include Chief Bose Diolagunju and Mrs. Omawumi Daniel, said the economic situation to challenge the exchange rates had adversely affected the prices of goods in the market, scaring away potential buyers. They appeal to the government to implement sound economic policies that will help strengthen the naira and reduce inflation.
The turn-up is very, very low for this year because of the exchange rates. People are complaining that the price is too high for them to buy. So the turn-up is very low.
The price is not like before. It's too high. The price is too high. But people are still trying. They are endured to buy it.
Some of the buyers, Mrs. Mufatu Ademola, said she was not able to buy as much as she would have loved to because of the high cost of goods in the market. The sellers, however, expressed hope that Nigeria will surmount the economic challenges, be deviling it, and Nigeria will be better for it. Oluwadamilola Adebayo Jeje, Osbc News.
As Christmas celebration draw near, Christians are being admonished to show genuine love to one another by reaching out to the less privileged in the society. A Catholic priest, Reverend Father Peter Adeyemi, who gave the admonition while speaking with Osbc News, noted that Christ is the reason for the season.
Our preparation must be such that everybody should know about Christ. Everybody should be happy that this season is here. The joy of Christmas must be shared with everyone. And in our attempt to celebrate Christmas, we must make effort to reach out to people by being kind to them, by showing them the love of God. God himself showed us love when he sent his only begotten Son into the world in order to come and redeem us. Christmas basically is the celebration of the love of God. And that love of God is what everybody must share during Christmas. Our gift must be gift of love, kindness, compassion. We give of our time. We assist people who are in need.
Juge, popularly known as Kiss Daniel, has hit a billion stream in a popular music streaming hub. Taiwo Alake, who has the details of these and more of the entertaining scene.
Daniel has hit a half billion stream in the popular music streaming app Boomplay. To celebrate the milestone, Boomplay presented a play to the artist. This comes days after the singer hit his first 100 million views on YouTube with his hit song, Buga. It could be recalled that since the release of the song, Buga, the song has caught the attention of both young and older demographics. Daniel has earned his marks in the industry as a viral hit maker. Meanwhile, an Abuja High Court sitting in Maitama has granted Anita an estranged husband for Okoye divorce. Report says Anita claimed that cheating, separation, being an absent father, fraud, and difficult experiences were a major reason for seeking a divorce. She also requested a monthly settlement and a number of her husband's mansions. In a divorce petition signed by her lawyer, Ojonimi Akwe, Anita had earlier claimed that she contributed 10 million as an agreement with her husband that she would be granted space at the mall he had just completed in Lekki Phase 1, Lagos. Meanwhile, in contrary to the petition, Anita has decided to withdraw the claims and opted to settle the issue out of court, following alleged inability to prove all of the claims in her petition in the court. Taiwo Alake, Osbc News.
Welcome to our sports segment. Nigerian police have reiterated its resolve towards promoting sporting excellence and ensuring fitness for the operational exigency and combat readiness. The Assistant Inspector General of Police, AIG in charge of Zone 11, Mrs. Christy Koki, made this known at the police and public and media presentation of trophies and medals to Zone 11 contingents who won bronze at the 13 Biennial Police Games in Uyo. Oluchi Amuda has the details.
Public and media presentation of Zone 11 trophies and medals, as well as the winning tickets of the raffle draw from the 13th Biennial Police Games, tagged Uyo 2022, saw the gathering of top police officers as well as athletes that represented the zone, which comprises officers from Osun and Oyo states. The public and media presentation of Zone 11 trophies and medals, as well as the winning tickets of the raffle draw from the 13th Biennial Police Games, tagged Uyo 2022, saw the gathering of top police officers as well as athletes that represented the zone, which comprises officers from Osun and Oyo State's command. While addressing the gathering, the Assistant Inspector General of Police, AIG Zone 11, Mrs. Christy Koki, was full of appreciation to the Inspector General of Police, Usman Al-Kalibaba, for his commitment to the welfare of the officers, just as she congratulated the contingent for making the zone proud. She noted that the games have not only helped in fostering the spirit of brotherhood among police officers, but has also aided in strengthening the physical and mental capacity of the participants and bridge the trust gap between the police and the public.
I'd like to thank the Inspector General of Police. He gave everyone, every athlete, the opportunity to go in there and do their best. Look at all the prizes won, look at all the incentives through the raffle draw. I mean, when you get in there, you know that the IGP means business.
Speaking in the same vein, the Police Public Relations Officer Zone 11, Mr. Benjamin Ayeni, and the zonal coach of the team, Mr. Shegun Muyiwa, said the Nigerian police is a force to reckon with in the history of sports in Nigeria and Africa, as it has great athletes that represented Nigeria in local and international sports, adding that the games have helped in engaging the minds of youth in sports and also stimulating their interest in policing.
This will also encourage our men to start coming out for physical fitness. They will come and have their sports time. Now everybody knows that it pays to train, so that in any other future games and competition, we'll be able to be there and we'll also improve on third position that Zone 11 has been.
They gave us a lovely playing ground and the support required for us to be able to perform wonderfully well.
The Zone 11 contingent won gold in cycling, dart, taekwondo, and wushu kung fu, coming third on the medal table. The event featured the decoration of officers, presentation of medals to winners, as well as the presentation of gifts to officers that won the raffle draw. Oluchi Amuda, OSBC News.
Now to foreign stories. The Commercial Bank of Ethiopia has resumed operations in the Trego region since the shutdown of the bank's branches in the war-torn region. Sarah Omidele has the details and more from the foreign desk.
Commercial Bank of Ethiopia said it has resumed financial services in some towns in the war-torn region of Tigray, enabling residents to access their funds after a shutdown lasting more than a year. The announcement follows the signing of a peace deal between the federal government and Tigrayan rebels last month, aimed at ending the brutal 2-year conflict and humanitarian crisis in northern Ethiopia. Report says following the peace agreement reached recently, the branches in Shere, Alamata, and Kurem cities have started receiving money sent from abroad and locally, as well as depositing money. In another development, a group of politicians in Southeast Asia has asked regional governments to immediately launch a search and rescue operation for a boat reported to be carrying hundreds of Rohingya refugees that has been adrift in waters off the coast of Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, and India for weeks. Report says the appeal from the Asian Parliamentarians for Human Rights came as media outlets in India said the boats, which could be carrying hundreds of refugees, including women and children, are drifted from the Malacca Straits into Indian waters off the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. At least 3 people on board had already died due to starvation and dehydration. Also, Pakistani security forces have stormed a counter-terrorism center in the remote northwestern district to free several security officials taken hostage by armed group. Report says the fate of hostages inside remained unclear as the forces were still looking for ways of clearing the entire compound in the Banu district of Afghanistan borders. The security source says the forces have retaken the center. However, 6 security officials and several detainees who were inside the center was declined to be identified because they were not authorized to speak. Sarah Omidele, OSBC News.
And hence, the major reports on OSBC TV. It was edited by Babatunde Bolatito. My name is David Ojo. Thanks for watching and good night.